Hello everyone, welcome back to Tuan channel. Today I have a special guest who is running for District 36 Florida House Representative. Her name is Angel Perry. Um, Angel, will you please introduce yourself?
So thank you so much, Tuan, for having me here today to share with all of Florida my campaign. My name is Angel Perry. I am a resident of Seminole County. District 36 covers from Lake Mary, Sanford, Longwood, part of Winter Springs, a little tiny bit of Oviedo, and Geneva. I've decided to run because I'm an advocate and a believer in the Constitution. And right now, we are in the fight of our lives. We have a red flag law here in Florida that is forcing law abiding citizens to give up their weapons and the ability to protect themselves without any crimes being committed.
So, Angel, can you tell me a little bit about your working experience and the community?
Yes, so over 20 years, I've been in telecom, which includes mobile devices, software, and how each person communicates with another. So, those things that have to do with TV, your cell phone, your computer, your router, all of those things I've worked in for over 20 years. I assisted clients with how to use their devices and troubleshooting and all of those things. Um, that job has afforded me the ability to also volunteer out in the community, teaching adults about, civics, how the election process works, how to get involved with different groups of whatever their interest is. And my heart belongs to our veterans. So I also volunteer in the community, feeding and assisting with resources for the veterans in Central Florida.
Well, you are kind of a tech person too. It's hard to see some um, lady who interested in tech, a woman interested in technology and tech and stuff like that. Because a lot of time, I mean, it's a guy environment, and I see there's
Yeah.
more every because I'm a technician and an engineer. I mean, and then in small business as well. But it's very small number of that now. What make you want to run for the office in for the House of Representative?
So I've supported upwards over 100 different campaigns in the last 7 years. My expertise is just help where I can, and that gave me hands-on education on the legislative process, how bills are drafted, the meetings people have that, if there's a problem in the community, how do we get from problem to resolution? And with those experiences, I also found there was gaps in our legislative where this last session we had the opportunity to have constitutional carry, and a lot of our said freedom believers struck it down. It died in committee, and it's something that the governor DeSantis had requested to be on his desk to be signed, and our legislative body decided that the American people do not deserve to have the freedoms the Constitution already affords us.
So, why do you think the right to carry is so important for our reservation, and why can you give a short brief about that?
So the point of the Second Amendment in its basics is the balance of power. The power of running the country should come and stay with the citizens, not the government. The government is the mechanism that puts out the solution at the behest of the people. In order to prevent tyranny, where the government becomes too powerful and the people have to submit to the government, the Second Amendment affords that balance where the people are the people that make the rules and not the government.
So you so right on that because when the government have too much power, is control the people, and then when you become control, is government will steer to a wrong direction. It's all about power for them, and it's exactly the same as a communism country or a socialism country, because the socialism country and communism is all about power for the government. That's why non non communism country that's allowed the people, the citizen, to have weapon, to have gun, because they know if the people have gun, they all want a freedom. In fact, I am a Vietnamese. I grow up in a communist country, so I know that if the Vietnam government give the Vietnamese people who live in Vietnam right now have the right to carry the gun, they are against the government and want to turn out to, they want to become freedom, because no one want to get control. And they, when the government get control, they cannot do anything, they cannot say anything. It's not only about government, it's about family protection, is about how to protect your family, how to protect yourself. Because if you have a gun in a house, in your house, if someone want to come in, they have to think twice, 3 times, 4 times, maybe.
Exactly.
Maybe they have to think for months or day.
Right.
Maybe they have to give up, because they know if they walk in that door, they can get shot.
Right.
So it's all about your safety, your protection, and how you protect your family. Now, last time I met you at Seminole Women Federation Republican. Is that the first time I met you? I met you before that.
So social media, we've met on social media because all the ridiculous shutdown from before. But yes, in person was last week. Wednesday was our first in person meeting. Mm-hmm.
So I just want to confirm that I didn't know you before that, and every question that I'm asking the other candidate is a surprise question, and nobody know what the question is come out, and nobody know how is it going to look like, because I want to be able, I want all the candidates to come here to speak out of what they think, who they are, what they feeling, and they want to bring their opinion from their heart to the voter.
Right.
It's very important, because nowadays, if we are here, you are Republican and I'm Republican, any Republican candidate, we have limited of resource, we have limited of media to expose ourselves in the public. That's why I want to create this channel. It's not to it's not only to help myself, but it's also help other candidates who want to share their opinion, their information to the publics. And we have to get over with the only big social media can control us. We are the people. We want to send a message to the voter, to the citizen who vote for the right person in the office. That's why it's very important for anyone who live in District 36 to go out and vote and understand who is the candidate, because we don't want to vote for the wrong candidate. Now, Angel has working hard, and she had spent a lot of time in politics to have different candidate. Now is her time. Now is her chance to go. Run for the House representative to do something for our country. If you are living in the district or anywhere in the U.S. or anywhere in the state, if you're interested to volunteer her, to her campaign, interested to donate to her campaign, please go to the website. What's your website?
My website is, if you want to contribute, it's Angel, the number 4, Florida. Or you can just Google me, Angel Perry, Florida, and all the stuff comes up. On my website, a big red contribute button to help me out to get to the finish line. Primaries are August 23rd. Right now, there are no other candidates other than Republicans, but in order to protect our freedoms here in Florida, I am an advocate of the Constitution. Join me in this fight. We need to repeal that red flag law. We need a constitutional carry. We need to protect our police officers. We need to protect our small businesses, because what happened during the ridiculous shutdown cannot happen again. We need to protect our freedoms, our families, and our opportunities to be successful. Angel for the number 4 Florida.com.
Okay, Angel. So you has mentioned about small business.
Yeah.
So what you want to do if you in the office and what you want to do for small business and can you share that?
Sure. So right now, with the opportunity of writing legislation, there needs to be provisions where small businesses take priority when there's a crisis. Big businesses, the giant national chains, they have record profits off of COVID. Okay? The big stores were allowed to be open, and Joe Smith's, grocery store had to be closed. That was ridiculous. Who decided that small business just miraculously didn't have the means to follow guidelines, and it caused a lot of families to shut and close businesses down forever, and that can't happen again.
See, small business is a fun side of America because America we need a lot of small business to grow. It's so wrong that many big company has been moved to China, and that's hurt American. Now, the big company moved to China is only benefit the wealthy and the rich people, but it doesn't have a small business because when the big company moved to went to China, they are transfer the technology to our enemy. They are giving the technology to other country, and they create an opportunity for other country for developing. And then on top of that, they had more small business in other country of contract to the big company. Now, American company won't have any more contract, and American company in the last 20 years we don't have any more manufacture. We don't have we cannot build anything in America anymore. So all we have right now is services. So services is the only thing that that I see is happening in this country. That's why a small business is fun line. Now, Walmart, Target, big company like that, they are selling China stuff, and they keep open the store during a China virus, and the small business have to close down because there are so many people who work for their life, spend like 20 year, 30 year, 40 year, even 50 year, save the money to start a business. And then because of the China virus, and the virus is a part of political, because they use that for the political purpose as well, and voting and also and the corruption. So that's why it ruined a lot of American small business. Now, at Angel has mentioned, small business is a fun line. It's very important. Why we have to shut down? We have to recover for small business in the area that you run, and as well as anywhere in the U.S. Now, I have a question for you that you are related to the union somehow. Can you tell me a little bit more about the union work that you had done?
So my tech job is a union job, and what I've found over the years is that I'm Republican, and so are more than half in a lot of STEM jobs. So you're talking about construction, you're talking about network, we're talking about operations for build out for your internet, for your TV, and all those things. Most of us are Republican. The thing is, it just seems that that seems to be a miss in a lot of instances, and it's time to change that narrative. The other side wants to claim that they're pro worker and all those things, but we've already seen how their policies work against us. I am encouraging my fellow Republicans to reach out to the employees, the voters like myself, and partner to make sure that the policies give the opportunity for, the employees. Police officers are union, you have nurses, you have all these different trades that's been around for generations, and most of them are Republican. They're the workers.
Yeah, see, that's why China, including Vietnam, they don't like union because union, I mean, including South Korea, I mean, I'm sorry, North Korea and Cuba and communism country, they don't like union. Why? Because union is as a part of it is a human right, and they don't want human rights, and they don't want it happen, because if they want human right happen, people will change. People don't want to be controlled by the government. That's what Democrats want to do. They want to control the people.
Yeah.
They want to give you free money. They want to give you free, I mean, this and that, to make you stay home. Don't go now. They want to control your gun. They want to control your rights. Everything is exactly how socialism and communism run in country. Now, that's why we are lucky that we're here in Florida under Ron DeSantis, governor. Look at other states. They have trouble. I mean, especially city and county that run, and even state that run by Democrat. I mean, they went downhill. And look at our economic. It's so bad. So now we met at the first time at the Women Republican Federation in Seminole.
Yeah.
Um, Pick one of the question that they ask you on the town hall that you would like to share with your audience, your voter.
So one of the questions was, how, as a legislator, would the Constitution be held up once elected into office? And our state constitution has provisions for us to protect ourselves, and our United States Constitution has provisions to protect ourselves. But again, we had the opportunity to have constitutional carry. Just to explain to what that is, that means the state can't require all these fees and all these steps for law-abiding citizens to protect themselves, because we already know the criminals don't follow any rules or any guidelines. They get the weapons, they're breaking into our homes. In some counties, it's run rampant because they make it difficult for you to protect yourself as a law-abiding citizen. But then here we are with over however many shootings this past weekend. I think Monday, right downtown Orlando, there was one. But here we are, defenseless.
The Orlando is in number one. Not number one. I'm sorry, in top 10 of the increase of criminal in the U.S. And it's run by a Democrat as well. So
the numbers speak for themselves.
And I feel so bad that that I grow up in Orlando. I grow up in Pine Hill, where they know is a crime hill, and I don't want to see that happen anywhere in the U.S. Now, from if you have to share with your voter, and you want to be able to know about your opinion of education and children, can you share some information about that?
So it seems all across the country, there's this battle between parents, teachers, and faculty from the higher education level, from high school to grade school. Choice is what families need. We all have our belief systems because that's what freedom allows us. And it seems to be forgotten that parents are the first teachers. We really need to work together for the benefit of the children, and the children cannot be forgotten. That's got to be the priority. The parents are on the right track with choice, and I'm so glad that Governor DeSantis has passed the Parental Rights Act. It's a good piece of legislation in order to prevent faculty members or educators to have their personal opinions in the classroom. That's what it prevents. That's all it prevents. And we need to make sure that the children come first. That's where I stand.
See, the children is a future, and if we don't have the future, we have nothing in America. It's very important that we have to select the right candidate in the office who care for children, who care for women, who care for this country, and who care for legislation, because the left try to ruin our country right now. And as you see, every city, state, or even our country is run by a Democrat. We are failing right now. We lost the respect from other country. We don't get any respect anymore from other country, and nobody care about America anymore, and that's a big problem. It's not about, I mean, I don't care if people care about us, but I do care that people care about us, because our country is getting strong and wealthy is because of other country respect and exchange of good, and all that exchange from manufacturer to business and stuff like that. Our country have to be strong. It have to be strong in all different level, from the city to the state and then in US. Right now we have problem almost everywhere. We lost the respect from other country. We did not stand up for our ally. We left Afghanistan behind. We did not fully support our ally. That's really bad. Now, for the state, many states had been running by Democrats. Look at them, like San Francisco. It's from a great city to a homeless city every corner. I don't want to see that in our state, in Florida here. Now, Seminole has been a moving very positive because of Republican watch. You know, Seminole has improved and changed a lot. And I mean, every time I went to Sanford, Lake Mary, anywhere is majority of it is a Seminole. I see is it going to better.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't see any change in Orlando. So if you are select in the office, what the first thing that you're gonna do for the community and for the society?
So part of the legislative job is to advocate for funds. So there's federal funding for different programs, conservation, our protecting our waterways, protecting our wildlife, protecting our green spaces, and additionally, a lot of concrete areas that are abandoned can be converted back to green spaces. So I have been looking at and working with different community groups, not only to repeal the red flag law. We want to make sure that our green spaces are protected, that our waterways are protected, and technology is advanced, and we need to take advantage of conservation of water so that we have longevity of clean drinking water for generations and not having to worry about running out in 20 years.
So see, I don't think I mentioned much about one of my background. I'm also an engineer, design water and wastewater. So that's why when you bring it up, it's awesome, because here in America, we have better water system than many countries, but however, we have to keep it clean. We have to keep it as a good resource, because you don't want to damage the water, and we have to. If I'm honored to be selected, I will have everybody to have to maintain a good water system, because I done a lot of design for water and wastewater across the country. I had done a lot of work in many different cities, not just only here in Florida, but I done so much in different states. When you mention about water, it's a good thing. Now, from what you are doing to what you are going to do is a transition, like from a tech person to a politic. Do you see yourself any challenge on that?
No. So because I volunteer my time and gather resources now, I'm not being paid for it. No one's telling me or guiding me to advocate or to show up or to be there. As a legislator, you're elected by the people in order to be the voice for the people of that district. And all I'm asking of Seminole County is allow me to do more of what I'm already doing. So, irregardless of the outcome, I can help a small amount of people, or I can help all of Seminole County of District 36. And that's what I'm looking to do. See, a lot of times we have these career politicians and they'll give you the good talk, but what are they doing when they're not in front of the camera? And my record speaks for itself. I'm already doing the work. Nobody asked me to do it. If someone calls me and they need help, I'm going to find the resources to have a solution. So tomorrow's a better day than what they find themselves presently. And that's my goal, is to make Florida great and keep it great and do my part.
So your job is make Florida great.
Yeah.
My job is make American great.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So you know, I mean, we kind of run out of time here, and I will invite Angel come back again at another time, and she will have more story to tell everyone. But don't forget, go to Angel Perry website, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you can, to donate her for her campaigns, because campaigns is not cheap. An individual is hard to put in that much of money, or I mean, we already put a lot of effort and energy already.
Yeah.
We need the people to donate to any candidate for them to have a budget to fight for your freedom. Now, this is the time of the primary. You have to select the person who best for the area, for the district or for the area. Angel, period. She already in the community. She already know what she want to do. She already see what happened. So if you think she's a good candidate, then donate her, support her, go into her website, give her opportunities to serve the community, because she already done that anyway. She had the same energy that bring to the table, like how I bring to the table. Whatever I can to make the community better, to make our country better, we will do that. I try to invite every candidate to come to my channel, give them an opportunity, but it's up to them to come to my channel to expose themselves or not. I invite my competition to the interview too. It's up to them if they want to come or they don't want to come. I have no control about that, but I give them opportunity, because I think Republican need a lot of exposed to the publics, and they need to expose to the media, because most of major and small and large media is on the left wing. So on the right wing, we don't have that many, and the right wing is only half of it. The other half is still on the other left too. So we have very small resource to get out there. And please go into her Facebook, follow her, volunteer, donate. Angel is one of the good candidates that she had done a great interview and shared information at the town hall in Seminole. If you was there and that day, you will see how she respond to all the questions, and I will bring her back here again at another time. And Angel, would you like to say anything to the audience, or anything that you want people to vote for you? Anything?
Yes, it's time to get back to work. Go to my website, angel4florida.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also Google me. You can go to Angel Perry, Florida. Everything pops right up. You can find out about me. You can see the events that I'm at. And join me in this fight to protect Florida's freedom and our Constitution, and get this red flag law repealed.
Again, Angel Perry, District 36 in Florida. Can you repeat the city that you run for right now?
Florida State House Representative for District 36.
City. All the city that
All the cities, the 6 cities are Lake Mary, Sanford, Longwood, part of Winter Springs, part of Oviedo, and Geneva.
Thank you, everyone.